about World War II speed demons. 1943, a Japanese destroyer was patrolling near the Philippines. The captain was relaxed as American submarines cannot come into shallow water. Even if they attacked, the destroyer was formidable on its own. The sudden explosion hit the bow of the destroyer. The captain thought impossible, too shallow for submarines. They are hit by two more precise shots. They hear engine warnings. They use spotlights to spot the planes, but the planes cannot be that accurate in the dead of night. They point the spotlights on the moonlit water and saw small boats moving at daredevil speeds. With another well-placed shots, the destroyer has been sunk. The boats vanished as fast as they came. This blog is about the glorious and famous PT boats of World War II. The development started even before World War I. They didn't make the cut at the time as people thought the Navy's force relied on big ships and even bigger guns. The US and UK saw potential. The US government held design competitions and asked people who make speedboats for speed derbies. When it was evident that USA will join World War II, they decided to bring back design and held design competitions. There were three winners, each clocked at an outstanding speed of 41 kilometers per hour. After they did an open ocean trial from Key West to New York, the seas were turbulent. The boats could only go at moderate speeds, far below their maximum. The crew complained that they had extreme discomfort and had nausea. They had to make basic overhauls to the basic design. Then later that July, an open trial test had been conducted to test the nine designs of the PT boat. It was called the plywood test, as the boats were made of a lightweight wood they were made out of. The course would run for 350 kilometers with each boat on full throttle. Each boat would carry copper ingots or live ordnance that would stand in for actual weapons. Out of 9 ships, only 6 finished the trial successfully, with the fastest clocking an average speed of 73.56 miles. A second trial conducted later in August, the ships would be running a 343 kilometer long course through much heavier seas, with waves reaching a height of 16 feet. 6 designs took part in the trial, all except one did not complete it. Even with the rough seas, the boats reached an average speed of 50.9 kilometers per hour. The Bureau of Ships immediately issued a report on the immediate construction of several PT boats, all to be armed with dual torpedo tubes, machine guns, and depth charge. Each boat had varied crew sizes, but typically ran from 3 officers and 14 enlisted men, up to as many as 17, depending on the total weapon loadout of each ship. The hulls were made of 2 sheets of mahogany planking with glue, impregnated cloth layer in between and outer planks. At a time when ships of war featured heavy belts of steel armor where it was several inches thick or a foot in more places, the wood construction of the PT boat must have seemed suicidal. Yet the lightweight wooden hulls allowed the boats to reach incredible speeds, even fully loaded with weapons, and a PT boat that had just emptied its torpedo tubes and spent its depth charges could speed away at speeds of 96 kilometers per hour. Plus, the wooden hulls were incredibly easy to repair. These ships could sustain catastrophic damage and survive. When future president's PT boat was run over by a Japanese destroyer and cut in two, the two halves stayed afloat for 12 hours. PT-323 was cut in half by a kamikaze aircraft on December 10, 1944, also remained afloat for hours. PT-308 crashed with another PT boat and had her stern sheared off and managed to return to base for repairs. Easy to repair, extremely survivable after seeing battle damage. The wooden hulls of PT boats also afforded a great deal of protection against metal-detecting mines and case even torpedoes. On the 5th of November 1943, a torpedo fired at PT-167 shot straight through the hull without detonating and stayed in action until being repaired the next day. Nicknamed the Mosquito Fleet or the Devil Boats by the Japanese, the PT boats may have been small but packed a formidable punch. Each boat carried primary anti-ship arrangements of anywhere from 2 to 4 Mark 8 torpedoes packed with 1,200 kg of TNT. They had a range of 16,000 yards and could zip through the water as fast as the PT boat itself, reaching speeds of 67 kilometers per hour. However, the explosive charge that fired them from the containers was a dead giveaway in conducting nighttime attacks, and thus replaced in 1943 by lighter Mark 13 torpedoes, featuring a 600-pound torpedo filled with warhead. Torpex was a new explosive which used 50% greater explosive energy by mass over traditional TNT, seriously upgrading the firepower of the American PT boats. The new torpedoes were also fired from roll-off launch racks, eliminating the telltale explosive bursts they gave away. At night, each PT boat was at least equipped with two twin 50 cal machine guns which could be used as anti-aircraft weapons. On the stern was a 20mm Oreclean cannon which was capable of punching through light ship armor. Forward to the char house would be a .30 caliber Lewis machine guns on pedestal mounts, as well as two 30 caliber Browning machine guns on the forward torpedo racks. The PT boats literally bristled its armament. Yet a year into the war, the US decided the PT boats needed even more guns and started installing additional 20mm cannons mid-ship. They kept everything from aircraft cannons to rocket launches to even mortars. After proving how successful the additional firepower wait, where is the saying now? Additional firepower they adopted to the official design. Still, custom designs pervaded the PT boat fleet. One of the most famous was future John F. Kennedy's PT-109, which featured a single-shot Army M37mm anti-tank gun that the crew had commandeered. The Enterprise sailors and mechanics removed the wheel and lashed it to a 2x8 timber before affixing it to the cannon to the bow. The M3 tank gun proved to be devastatingly effective with ships despite being made to take out enemy tanks, but the single-shot action limited its usefulness. Enterprising PT boat crews found the answer to the problem by cannibalizing Oldsam M4 automatic cannons from crashed P-39 Air Cobra fighter planes, once more demonstrating the effectiveness of in-field ingenious customizations. The autocannon was approved as a part of the factory design. Originally used as anti-ship weapons, PT boats saw their roles dramatically change as the war in the Pacific raged on. Some boats were converted to gunboats, featuring nothing but heavy machine guns which would aid US landing troops. For now, we will stop this here as this is a very long blog, and please check out this blog. The link is in the description below.